I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all. I honestly don't even know how to intro this video, okay? Now, I came across this on my Explore page. Obviously, we have to react to it. This is, once again, nothing new. We've seen a bunch of celebrities come out and say this is exactly what's happening. We've seen a bunch of artists go from being tough guys, you know what I'm saying, to little fruit cups. Hey, I ain't got nothing against y'all. But I just find it funny that a lot of these artists often go through changes. And we have this individual right here who is coming out and exposing it for what it is. Make sure you guys do leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. But let's get it, y'all.
Do you feel like it's gatekeepers in hip hop?
Gatekeepers in the music industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what part of the industry you're trying to get access to, there's gatekeepers. So if you're trying to get signed to a major label, there's gatekeepers. If you're trying to get on certain media platforms to get interviewed, there's gatekeepers. If you're trying to get on the mainstream radio, you heard me, urban radio, there's gatekeepers. Yes. I would say one last thing about gatekeepers. The only true gatekeeper to what's meant for you in this world is God and your level of integrity. That's the only two gatekeepers, because what's meant for you and what you want, that's two different things. And a lot of times people end up wanting things that ain't of God. And now if you want something that ain't of God, you got to go through gatekeepers. So I'd rather go through God than go through gatekeepers any day. So all these people, all the times that I have encountered these gatekeepers in the industry and I'm knowing I'm overqualified for something, but I got somebody telling me I'm not good enough, or I'm not enough for this, or I'm not paying enough for that, I had to learn through maturity that wasn't of God. You feel me? And that's what you got to check. Do you have godly ambition, or do you have selfish ambition? And in this world, it's very easy to have selfish ambition, and that'll take you on a pathway to where you're going through all these gatekeepers who really ain't nobody in the big scheme of things. On the totem pole of people with integrity and people with morals, values, and principles, these gatekeepers ain't nobody. But
now, I'm not gonna lie, I find it funny, and this is the stereotypical thing. Whenever an artist doesn't make it, they usually do interviews like this and say exactly this, right? And a lot of times people dismiss it like, oh, you're just mad because you didn't make it. You're just a rapper who didn't make it, so that's why you're saying these things. But in my mind, I really think to myself, the fact that every artist that didn't make it says these things should speak volumes. It should be a number one indicator that maybe they didn't make it because they say these things. Maybe they didn't make it because they weren't willing to do what people did with P. Diddy, aren't willing to do what people did with all these other gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Birdman had everyone in Young Money, Cash Money on a homosexual vibe, yeah. Kissing Lil Wayne on his mouth. If I was an artist and I ended up to that door where the gatekeeper was standing, I'm not walking through it either, to be quite frank with you.
In this perverted, sick, twisted industry, these gatekeepers do hold access to certain levels, you know? Bro, I've had gatekeepers in the music industry who have literally tried to hold a record deal behind their back and let me know, like, look, if you're a part of this homosexual act that I'm trying to take part in, you hear me? Yeah, come on, this door open real quick for you. Like, I got a song where I've talked about that before called The Devil's Playground. Like, this is real, dog. And the only way that type of stuff can work on you is if you let them have all the leverage to where you want what's behind that gate that bad. So that's a real thing. You also got people who, this is a different type of gatekeeper. The gatekeepers who will say, hey, you making too much righteous noise right now. If you just tone that righteousness down a little bit, then we'll allow you into these doors. But you got to tone that down. You got to become a little more vanilla, you heard me? A little more lukewarm, a little more bland, and you'll fit in with us more. So that's the slick gatekeeping. It ain't telling you to all the way, bend over or open your mouth or something like that. It ain't that, but it's telling you like dim your light. And what ends up happening is you got so many people that's like, well, that's not that bad. They not asking me to do nothing super crazy. I just got to dim my light. That's the scariest kind right there. Because a lot of people will be like, wait, I just got to turn it from level 10 to level 5? Man, bet. I could do that, bro. I bet. Now I get accepted? Cool. Next thing you know, you got a whole industry, brother, that's lukewarm. Whole industry lukewarm. So then when somebody that's on fire come along, they looking at it like, whoa, you crazy. Hold on. You shining too bright. Hold on. Chill out, man. You doing the most. You messing up. Man, stop, man.
Crazy, man. So I want to backtrack, right? Because I mean, yeah, we definitely got to backtrack, man. So you saying that somebody came up to you personally trying to get you involved into, some homosexual
we
activity?
can't just flow. Yo, we just sped right by that part. We can't just flow by that part.
Me personally, I definitely dealt with that, brother. Like I said, I done rapped about it and everything. So I didn't want the deal that bad. Yeah.
So how did they react when you turned it down? Was they acting funny or?
Yeah. Well, you got that moment of truth. When you realize what's happening, you got that moment of truth where you're like, oh, shoot. Okay, what am I going to do? And that's not the first time in my life where I've had a moment of truth where I knew like my action right now can change the course of my entire life, So I knew what time of day it was, and I wasn't getting down with it. So when I was like, nah, like I'm good, This was at a music video shoot. So when I was like, nah, I'm cool, for the rest of the day, it was like, oh, no more attention from this person. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, this person ain't really willing to meet with you or talk to you or even like further the idea of talking about working with you. So once you see that you're getting that cold shoulder, or once I seen that I was getting that cold shoulder, I was like, well, I won't be getting signed today. You hear me? And you got to keep it moving. But man, it feel good, man. It feel good to be able to speak about that and be able to speak like to say like, oh, I preserved my manhood. Like it feel good. It feel real good. Like that's what you call a life-defining moment.
Yeah, that's wild, man. So when
That's
you turned them
crazy.
down, was they in their
That's
feelings?
crazy.
Like, was they trying to block you from doing stuff? Like, yo, we're not gonna allow him to do this, or we're not gonna put him on this platform. He's not gonna host this. Like, what happened, yo?
I got you. You're asking me, is blackballing a real thing?
Yeah.
Yes, blackballing is a real thing. Some people in this industry definitely get mad enough at you if you have bruised their ego or if you have um, shown them that you don't need their approval to be successful, then they will definitely do what they can to try to blackball you. Yes. I don't doubt that people have
In the
attempted.
last video that we just reacted to, Monique exposed Kevin Hart for doing that exact thing. Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, and Oprah Winfrey blackballed Miss Monique from the entertainment industry. Make sure you guys watch that video.
To blackball me, absolutely. But if you don't feed me, if you don't provide my blessings to me, then you can't starve me. You can't deny my blessings to me. And once I truly doubled down on knowing that like God holds all the keys to whatever's meant for D1, that's when I really started just moving with a level of boldness that's like, yeah, I'm standing on this, you heard me? And you might try to have a vendetta against me or whatever, but I guarantee I'm going to exceed anything that you could have did for me. And then I'm going to look down at you. And you're going to be like, oh, shoot, how you got up there? Because that's the only one I submit to is up there. You heard me? I know they got people that's trying to blackball me right now. Any way, shape, or form that they feel like they could. I absolutely know that, bro. I know it. And for a long time, it's been that way. It's been that way for over a decade. There was somebody in New Orleans who I knew for a fact, who worked in the industry, who was trying to blackball me because I wouldn't sign a deal with them. Right when they saw that I was about to get signed to a major label, try to blackball me, talk down to me, told me, oh, you ain't gonna never get to this certain level because you trying to do things your own way. Like, man, I done been through all this stuff. And you got to learn how to respond with love. And not just love Jesus, but you got to learn how to love Judas as well. The people who don't rock with you, you know, you got to be like, that's how dope and mature I am. I'm gonna still learn how to love you, but not allow you to, be a person that's in my way.
Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. I mean, listen, y'all. Y'all see the title. Y'all heard the story. Being offered a record deal to perform homo. That is absolutely insane, y'all. Look, this type of stuff actually goes on. When I make videos about this topic, it's not me promoting it. It's me just bringing awareness. Your favorite artists aren't as gangsters as they think. Your favorite rapper isn't as gangster as you guys think. Your favorite female artist, that's not her real persona. DDG just dropped a song saying that sometimes it's okay to be a hoe. That's a crazy thing to say when he has a kid now. He's in a relationship and it has a child. And he's telling everyone else that it's okay to be a hoe. Think about that. Cardi B saying, I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me show you how I got this ring. But she got married. And now she's divorced. She should have been cooking and cleaning, if you ask me. Meg Thee Stallion saying you don't need it, boss ass, all that extra shit. She in a relationship. They're misleading you, bro. A lot of these artists are a character at the fault of the gatekeepers, and they're misleading you. That's the reason why I make videos like this, y'all. Make sure you guys do leave a like down below, subscribe. Let me catch y'all next one, man. Peace.